I'd like to welcome everyone to today's edition of Software Spotlight, your front row seat to the latest innovations in AI powered software for small business. I'm Michael Bernzweig, your host, and each week we are joined by executives from leading software companies to gain an insider's perspective on the emerging technologies, business strategies, and market trends shaping the future. Tune in to stay ahead of the curve on leveraging artificial intelligence to boost productivity and growth in your business. Be sure to visit our website, softwareoasis.com, to access our free weekly AI newsletter and sign up for our upcoming 2024 AI webinar series. This week, I'm thrilled to welcome Semih. He's the CEO of Peerbie. Their solution is based out of San Francisco, California, here in the US. And Peerbie is an all in one digital workspace, bringing together communication, collaboration, project management, and more to boost productivity for teams. We'll explore how Peerbie helps companies save time, manage workflows, and increase output. Semih, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks for having me.
Very nice to have you aboard, and I know our listeners, many have been following the solution, and obviously it looks like it's been a pretty quick growth trajectory for Peerbie, and there are a lot of companies out there that may be in the market considering different options, and I was hoping we could let them take an inside peek at the solution and understand what it's all about. So to get started, I was hoping, can you give us a little background on yourself and what inspired you to get Peerbie off the ground?
Sure. I'm originally a software engineer, and I worked in large corporations for a good number of years. And I'm also an immigrant to United States of America. And as an immigrant, you have to be always competitive. So to be competitive, you gotta get the most out of your time. So productivity comes part of your nature. And all my corporate years, I was very keen and passionate on productivity. And after years of working in corporate world, especially telecommunication software industry, I decided to go back to my roots as an entrepreneur. And as an entrepreneur, we started a business, and PB is my second startup. In my previous startup, to stay productive, we used multiple leading products. Can I give names? Is that okay?
Sure.
Or
No,
yeah,
that's fine. Yeah.
so we use products like most people are familiar with, such as Slack for communication, Asana for project management, Jira for issue tracking, a CRM tool, and many other tools. So what happened is we weren't really getting more productive. We were getting distracted with these multiple applications between switching back and forth from one application to the other one, and then copying data from between applications. And also, worst of all, we had to pay subscription to every single one of these applications, and that is a lot for a startup. So
Sure.
I thought, can I do something better? And I decided in my next startup, I'll do something, a super app, a productivity platform that brings the most needed, best of features under one roof. So that's what gave the inspiration for Peerbie. But yeah,
Very nice. It's interesting. A lot of the best innovations, start off with a need, and I think at the end of the day, that's what entrepreneurship is all about. A lot of entrepreneurs out there, are trying to solve a problem that they're experiencing in their everyday world, and it sounds like that's exactly what happened to you. And a lot of the the excitement and a lot of what we're seeing on the internet today and in different solutions is that just that, a lot of companies are clearly trying to get the most with the least and, be as efficient as they can be, cut expenses as they can, and, drive innovation forward, collaboratively with teams, and having solutions that can act as, somewhat of a Swiss Army knife for productivity is really where it's
Exactly,
at. Everyone is trying,
exactly.
yeah, everyone is trying to, work with fewer solutions and get more done. And one point that you made there that I think is really interesting is, even though you had all of these different solutions to achieve different functions for productivity, you found yourself being less efficient and less productive. So
Exactly.
really interesting. So what would you say, like, as far as the solution itself, what would you say is the main problem that Peerbie is looking to solve for companies and teams in a distributed or a remote type work environment?
Yeah, I think the number one problem that it solves is bringing people together, whether they are hybrid or remote or in large buildings, and making them feel connected to their work, to each other, and to their business. So the rest is all details, whether we call it projects and tasks and customers and products. The main thing is boost the energy and the productivity of individuals and make them feel that they are heard, that they have a voice, and they are part of something, and they can feel this and they can grow it, and the company uh, values their contribution. So TV accomplishes this across countries, across continents, across buildings. We solve the problem of being disconnected, um, uh, being undervalued. So we every single feature we put into the product, into the platform, is to surface this connection among individuals, employees, as well as the company, and and increase their employee experience at a very high level.
Very interesting. And, I think that's so needed because, I have to say, this is probably one of the first generations where, a lot of individuals are taking a job and they may never have worked in a traditional workaday office environment, and
Exactly.
in a remote first environment is maybe, their first experience with a workaday world, or maybe they're coming from a environment where they were in an office, and now all of a sudden they've found that a lot of their peers and a lot of other individuals are working in distributed workplaces. So I think that's exciting. What can you give an example of some of the features or capabilities that help to promote a connected workspace?
Of course. So I want to give PB as an example because we are not just the builders of our product, we are also the first users of our product. And we have employees in USA, in Turkey, and in India. Um, every day I wake up, wherever I am, with one click, I know what each team is doing uh, at the very moment in real time and what they are doing and what they are accomplishing. So one of the very first things we do with the product is we check in for the day. And when we check in for the day, it sends an automated message to our teammates and our manager, such as, good morning. Today, I plan to finish these following tasks. Task one, task two, task three. So it creates a transparent environment among the team members, and everybody knows what his strengths are working on, and creates a synergy among the team members. So when you work a couple of hours, you can always focus yourself and minimize the distractions with one click
Right.
again, and switch yourself into focus time. And at the end of the focus time, the product will say, "You've been working really hard for the last couple of hours. Would you like to do some desk office exercise?" So you can pick a couple of videos, and for a few minutes,
Sure.
you flex your neck and your shoulders and your arms and feel better again, because your physical well-being is equally, maybe more important than your uh, employee experience. It's all part of employee experience. And we do manage projects. We manage the projects, projected cost as well as actual cost, and you can send broadcast messages to the project members so that everybody is aware of what's going on. We also have, again, part of employee experience management, features like, well, you don't have any meeting scheduled with your manager for the last 2 weeks. Would you like me to set one? And in one click, again, the system will query the available times for both of you and recommend you a couple of slots where you can set up time with your manager, because it is important that you are connected with your manager.
So it
And
sounds like there's a lot of intelligence built into the
there is
platform
a
for
lot
this
of
prompting.
intelligence. Exactly. And we just recently released custom workflows feature, and
Okay.
which is great because whichever customer you talk, whether they are small, very large enterprise, they always want something unique to themselves. They have a certain way of doing something. And there is no product in the world that's going to be able to accommodate all these different needs. So instead, what we did was we provide a workflow builder to automate those unique activities at that workplace. So with automated workflows, you can manage hiring, decision making, product management, customer management, lead management, feedback management, and all these type of things, which is really great. The product comes out of the box with 15 different templates, and we create the marketplace for companies to share these templates amongst each other without charging them.
Interesting.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Now, one of the exciting things I noticed about Peerbie, and I just want to make sure we weren't giving people the wrong impression up front. Clearly Peerbie is kind of like that central hub or the focus of the workspace, but it is integrated with all of these other solutions, right? Asana, ClickUp, Monday,
Exactly.
Google, all of the different tools that companies are already using, right? So it's really allowing them to integrate these into their workaday environment without having that challenge of constant switching back and forth from one application to another.
Exactly, Michael. And we integrated in a way that these existing software at our customers' workplaces can coexist with Peerby if they are not ready to replace them. So, which
Sure.
is really important. A lot of the customers are worried that you're going to go there and they're going to now have to replace their software and
Right.
import all the data, and maybe they are going to miss something out, and they're going to try to get familiar with another product. Well, we created such a smooth onboarding uh, in an integrated ecosystem that it makes it very simple to coexist as well as replace any of these products.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's
and
really
that's
almost like
great.
a magical experience because you've really,
Exactly.
yeah, I mean, it's really, from where I sit, having the opportunity to integrate everything you're already using into a new space and to, take away a lot of the friction is magical in a way.
Exactly. Exactly.
So very good. So what, as far as, companies that may be on the fence saying, Peerby sounds exciting, but I was looking at some other solutions. What helps the solution stand out from the pack in terms of this segment of the market? What are the, if you were to say, the two or three things top of mind that clearly differentiate Peerby from other options out there? What are those few things?
Uh, Great question, Michael. I, the number one thing will be the fact that PB is an all-in-one super application. So it combines communication like Slack, and project management, task management like Asana, issue tracking like Jira, customer management like many CRM tools. So it is all in one. Super application is its number one differentiator. Uh, what else? We do have a very sophisticated integration with AI services. So you can do things like, hey, TV, tell me if I'm productive and what else can I do to be more productive. And people will tell you based on your work habits that people ask you questions in the morning and you are not around. So maybe you should start your work a little earlier. Your estimated time and actual time for tasks is a little bit off. So maybe you need to increase your estimates. Um, you need to get engaged more with your coworkers. These type of very personalized analysis comes from the AI engine, or you can do things like, um, is this project gonna succeed? And PB will do all kinds of analysis on the velocity of the tasks, the blockers, and all those type of things, and will tell you, whether the project is in safe hands or not. So going back to your question, the
Sure.
all-in-one nature with also special functionalities such as custom workflows, AI services, and employee experience management makes it very unique. Um, Another thing is um, customers want certain level of customization capabilities in their software, and Peerby allows them to do customizations, even including white labeling to preserve their brand value, and which is really great. We also provide out of the box so many templates for workflows, project templates, and communication templates, which makes it really easy. So this is how we differentiate in terms of value we bring and in terms of the return on their investment, because they don't have to use multiple products, but they can get away with just Peerby and get more value.
Got it. Got it. And as far as different use cases and different types of customers that are using the platform, can you talk a little bit to that? Or are there a variety of different size organizations using the platform in different industries, or is it better suited to one market?
Great, great. So we are a very young startup. Our product was launched in 2022, and since then we work with our beta customers, and now we are generally available in the market, and we are working with small to large customers. and I want to give a couple of scenarios, use cases of what they are doing. One of
Sure.
our largest customers is a municipality in Istanbul, and
Okay.
this municipality actually works in several departments, and it's a 2,000 employee organization, so it's relatively large organization for us. And
Hmm.
from all the way to the top, the mayor, and all the way to the workers and employees, there is a certain level of transparency and communication, which increases the employee satisfaction tremendously. What they also do is there are certain teams inside Peerbie in their account where they invite citizens, residents of the city, and to work together on several projects and engagements. So it's a very inclusive environment of uh, residents, the municipality, and and the and different type of merchants in the city. We help them create a very valuable triangle
Sure.
with the city, citizens, and the businesses.
Which
Um,
is interesting because you have, any organization is going to have different stakeholders, whether it's vendors, employees. In this case, it's a municipality with residents and government officials and different stakeholders in their organization. So it's really interesting that that example gives us an idea as to a real
exactly.
use scenario.
Let
Are,
me give you
yeah, go ahead.
another example if you don't mind.
That would be
And
great.
we have a lot of customers that are agencies that have their own customers. So what they do is they use Peerby as a platform to communicate with their customers as well as manage projects at the same time with different customers where they are all mutually exclusive and they don't see each other's data, but they do it all in one single platform. So it's great for that agency perspective to be able to see all their customer projects, how it is running, and are there any bottlenecks, and being able to reach out to any of their customers through the communication channels in real time, which is uh, really cool the way they are managing their customers.
So it sounds like for a consulting firm like an SEO agency or a design house, being able to use a solution like Peerby is a godsend. I mean, it really allows them to, work with all of the different projects, all of the different clients, and for everybody to have their own space.
Exactly. Got sent through PAB.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. So I think that gives us a good idea. Can you talk like in maybe quantifiable terms or maybe some statistics or numbers that help us understand some of the measurable benefits to using PureBee and what some of the clients and different organizations using it are seeing?
Sure. I want to give, uh, I love being productive, and I love life, and I love staying busy. So, and the more things I do, I feel better. And a lot of people are powered up by the engagement, by their tasks, and by their daily routines. So, I want to give a couple of numbers in terms of the work environment in US, and even
Sure.
the Sam Altman says most people waste their time, especially in business. So we look like we are productive, but we end up wasting a lot of time. Turn is not engaged, and that's resulting in a $600 billion workforce waste each year. In a typical day, we are spending 39% of our time for work and 61% of our time for email, talking, tracking down stuff that is lost here and there. So these are, again, unfortunately, a waste of time. We check our phone 78 times a day for emails, 78 times a day, and that's crazy. Um,
Sure.
you're living once, and if you're not moving forward, you're going backward. So you really need to march, and by not being productive, by not respecting your time, you're actually not respecting your life, and that's really important. So with TV, we are constantly getting analysis of the PB usage, but I want to share a couple of numbers there too. Um,
Sure.
60% email reduction we observed with multiple of our customers, 60 plus percent email reduction. That's great, which
Wow.
means they are using the P, and instead of going back and forth between email threads, they are quickly handling it through TV. And then 3 to 5 hours uh, per week uh, saved for hybrid and remote teams because PB brings people together. Because you feel like you're part of your team, even if you are separated by miles or continents or even greater distances. And the municipality we are working with, they say from last year to this year, they attribute this to Peerbie. They have much better retention, employee retention, which improved by 12.5%. So I'm hoping that we can take all the credit for this because that is the primary thing that changed in the
Sure.
organization in the last 2 years. And so these things are really inspiring us to do more, to do better for our customers. We're going to keep adding new numbers like this.
So it sounds like the solution scales all the way from maybe a individual or small, business use all the way up to a large enterprise or even a government organization.
Exactly. And that's a beautiful thing. So if you are just by yourself and you want to stay productive, we definitely advise Teambit to teams. But even for a single solo person, it works great. But the bigger the team, the more
Value, I would think.
visible, exactly, the more visible also the benefits of TV.
So for different use cases, so for example, like a consulting firm, can, can you give maybe like a couple of examples of how a different type of user, in that SMB market might use the platform?
Sure. For consultant type of companies, there is one, they have their internal projects, and then they have customers. So they have customer projects. So in PV, they can create external teams where each team is a separate customer, and then they build their customer project in these teams so they can run all these projects simultaneously and they can communicate with these teams or customers simultaneously as well. So in a way, you're bringing Slack plus Asana plus a CRM tool at the same time, which is really great. You are um, managing the lead generation when they convert into customer. You're creating an external team, and you are inviting them to the team, and then you're creating a project mutually, and then you start managing the project. So from A to Z, from finding the prospect to converting into a customer, and then managing that customer and its expectations, TV is your friend.
So just so I understand correctly, so for example, let's say you have 10 clients and they all have their own individual project and workspace, you could have all of your team members or different team members working on different client projects all collaboratively. Is that?
Exactly.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah,
Amazing.
exactly.
And is it easy to assign and unassign and reassign individuals within different projects and the like?
Yes, it is. It is very easy, and we are currently um, adding new AI services, which makes it beyond being easy. I don't know what that means, but it will be all automated. So
Okay.
you will be able to say these are the keywords, create me a project out of this. And now I like the project outline. Now create tasks automatically, and all the tasks are created for you. So a task that normally takes multiple days, several hours, gets done in a matter of 5-10 minutes.
Fantastic. Well, I can hear shouting through the podcast. Different individuals are saying, "Show us the solution already." Enough talking. So I was hoping maybe you could share a screen and give us a tour of what Peerbie can do.
Sure. Can you see my screen right now?
I can. Let's take a look here. Okay, let's see here. I actually see a video on the screen. I'm not sure if that's.
Yes,
Yep. Okay.
it is. It is the video. I
Got it.
recorded a demo video
Oh,
just to make
fantastic.
sure it runs smoothly. And welcome to Peerbie. So this is our web app, and you can see the personalized messages here. First thing we do is check in for the day, and boom, you're saying good morning to your teammates as well as your management team. Let's do a communication very similar to social media. We are very familiar with it. You can generate surveys, meetings, and recommendations. And now the post is sent to the appropriate team. People are responding to it. You can reply back. You can create threads. This is a great one. This is the team preview. It's telling you that 12 employees started today and 2 of them left and 10 are working. So you see that Andy just checked in and she's saying good morning. So is Lily. And Roselle just started a task that will take 8 hours. These are all auto comments. They are not typing
Sure.
it. The system is doing it. And Eve just checked out for the day. This is our real-time marketing dashboard for a project. And you can see the estimate cost, actual cost. And now let's have a look at the projects dashboard. You can see multiple projects here, statuses. I'm going to create a new project really quickly, name, title, and the dates, and voila, I got my project. Now let's have a look at inside the project. We got calendar view, board view, list view, and estimated cost, actual cost, drag and drop, filters. So all the things that you typically want to see in a project management tool, you got it. It's all here. And team performance, individual performance, um, how you work, your work habits, we convert them into points. We gamify your work habits, and you can measure it daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, which is really, really cool. And
Neat.
yeah, and now that I worked a couple of hours, system is asking me to take a break. So I select one of the
There you go.
exercise videos and do a little bit exercise at my desk. Um, and now you can see the team is working on the product, multiple things, likes, comments,
Hmm.
messages, and this is our equivalent to Google Drive collections.
Right.
This is our instant messaging service, similar to WhatsApp or any other SMS type of services. Insights give you real, powerful data and analytics about performance and all other aspects of your company. We have integrations with one click. You can integrate the Zoom and start using it. We got Zapier integration, 50 different Zaps, and whether it is Asana, Slack, Gmail, Microsoft, Facebook, so many different applications here. And for large companies, you want to onboard your employees fast, probably hundreds or thousands. So we provide means to connect to Google G Suite or Microsoft Active Directory and discover the employees and import them and invite them in a matter of seconds.
Okay.
So now I want to quickly talk about our upcoming feature, Peerbie AI. Hello, I'm Peerbie AI. What can I do for you? And I can do tasks, projects, posts, logs. And now I'm going to write some text, asking AI to write it better. I'm happy with the result. I will turn this into a task, project, post. Now let's do a much more complicated example, a project, a
Sure.
couple of keywords. Now I'm creating the project. I like what I see. Now I say import to a Peerbie project, and boom, I got the project. So starting from a few keywords, I'm done all the way. And this is the very recently released functionality, custom workflows, which is really cool. We have 15 different templates, and we will continue building new templates. One of the templates is hiring process. You can see here from finding a new candidate all the way to onboarding that employee as an employee. We have the list view, board view, reports. It's all automated. Now that I'm done with the online interview, and Roberts is going to do in-person interview, and after the in-person interview, the next person is going to do a job offer, and if the job offer is accepted, the person is going to be onboarded, which is really, really neat because it's all automated. Here you are seeing adding a new candidate into the flow. She's from Oxford, and there is her CV and done. So I got one more candidate, and the next person now is notified to manage that candidate for online interview. Of course, naturally, we come with reports, hiring and rejections, packages, percentages, all that information. So this was very quick rundown of Peerbie, which includes the communication aspects, employee experience management, project management, AI, as well as custom flows.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think that's a very good high-level overview, and it clearly is everything we've talked about and then some. I think it really looks like a fantastic product, and I'm amazed at how mature the product is. I think they say 6 months on the internet is like a decade in any other industry, and obviously with the quick release of new features and the like, it's amazing.
It is amazing, and we are really proud of what we have been doing for our customers.
And there's clearly a lot to be proud of. So as far as the newest features that you released, it sounds like the couple of features that you were talking about there, the AI is obviously new, and then the workflows and templates, and yeah, okay. Are there other I don't know if you can speak to them or not. Obviously, up to you. But are there other things that are on the horizon that you guys are very excited about in terms of new tech?
Yeah, definitely. Uh, we wanna in 2024 we wanna keep building on top of AI. So one, make the employee productive. Two, make the employee happy. And three, give the employee the power of converting their thoughts into tangible results as fast as possible. So that's our mission. And and the AI is definitely a big part of our um, uh, technology at this point.
Got it. Got it. Now, one very interesting question I have for you, as far as coming up with all of these innovations and new releases and the like, what does the path look like? How do you decide which items to incorporate into the solution? Is it based on customer feedback, or what's your route for deciding which items to innovate on and bring to market?
Sure. We are big fan of PLG, product-led growth. We definitely um, follow our customers' feedback. Um, but we have to remember something. Um, we have a product that we build, but we are also the users of the product. So our own experience with the product creates a lot of requirements, features that we run through with our customer so that we can prioritize it. But internally, we are inspired with using our product, and that generates a lot of features also.
Sure. And I noticed the product is obviously integrated very tightly with Google. I see Gmail, G Suite, and then, Microsoft Active Directory, Calendly, and then other popular programs like MailChimp and HubSpot. Would you say that there's a handful of solutions that are the most popular that you see customers integrating?
Yeah, so these are the most popular applications that we see, and that's why we integrate. And when you compare us with our competitors in terms of popular applications to integrate with, you will come to the same conclusion that the ecosystem for productivity collaboration software is has a finite number of applications to integrate with. So we prioritize those ones, and that's what we integrate with. Bless you.
Makes sense. No, obviously, yeah, you need to be where your customers need you to be in terms of collaboration and integration. So that's really interesting to hear. And having that single Zapier integration obviously opens the solution up to a whole other ecosystem of possibilities.
Exactly, 5,000 plus applications.
Yeah, so very exciting there. And what have you seen in terms of your customer base and growth over the last year? Where do you see the most growth coming from? What types of clients?
Um, I think in the next year, we still have mostly small to medium businesses. One, they don't have all the necessary tools. Two, they don't have a very big budget to acquire
Sure.
new tools. So they need to be smart about picking the right application to do the job for them. So this means more agencies, consultant firms, IT shops, and startups and advanced startups. But in the meantime, we're building a sales force using our partners. that are mostly resellers. So
Okay.
they like to go after larger companies, and we're definitely supporting them. But our growth mostly will be in the small to medium businesses, agencies,
Sure.
consultants, and IT shops.
Fantastic. And as far as continuing on that growth trajectory, it sounds like you've obviously incorporated a lot of different models to keep the funnel of growth going. Um, as far as companies that are looking at the solution and trying to decide how do we get started, how is the product licensed? Are there different models? How would a company decide which area to what plan to choose? How would they get started?
Great. So when they sign up for Peerbie, um, we have multiple packages, but when they sign up with Peerbie, we immediately give them the highest package, pro level package, and they will have 2 week free trial with the pro level. And after 2 weeks,
Okay.
they can continue using the product as free, or they can subscribe to pro package and continue. Um, we also have a starter package with less features than the Pro. And our most popular package is so far Pro package. That's what our customers seems to be uh, favoring. But we also
Okay.
have small startups that are free users,
Got it.
and we support them.
Okay.
Mhm.
And is it licensed per user or
Per
per
user per
organization
month.
or
Yeah, it is
okay,
per
so
user
it's
per month. So for 100 users, we give them 100 seats um, for the month,
got it.
and if they subscribe annually, there is a 25% discount.
Okay. And it sounds like it's very flexible. They can upgrade or downgrade as they need,
Exactly.
within the packages.
They can add
Okay.
more seats.
And
Mhm.
sure. And then as far as features, between the different plans, are there certain features that are big differences between the plans that you want to highlight that would have a company choose to go with the pro plan versus the basic or starter?
Yeah, so even at the free level, we want our customers to users to get a good taste of our features. So even at the free level, they have access to custom workflows, for example, but they can only use one workflow at the free level. At the pro level, it is unlimited. So is the AI services. So again, that's what makes our pro package the most popular package, as it's got almost no limits to what you can do with Pro package.
Sure. No, it makes sense. And then obviously I noticed you have the concept of users versus guests. Can you describe the difference there?
Sure. Remember I mentioned about managing customers and then inviting them to your workspace as
Sure.
external users. We call them guests. So
Okay.
um, when you have two customers and you create two external teams and you invite them into your external team, you are inviting them as guests.
Okay. So could a guest company have multiple individuals logging in to collaborate on
Exactly.
that project or?
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. So that one entity or company is called a guest. Is that the idea?
Exactly.
Got it. Okay. Oh, very interesting. No, I think the concept overall makes a lot of sense, and the interesting thing about the solution is it really is something that could be used by Really, any organization and any entity. It doesn't seem like it's bounded by any real constraints.
Exactly. We uh, Our product is industry agnostic. We have real estate company that uses Peerbie. They do have a workflow to manage homes that goes into the market, and
Sure.
we have software companies that does bug tracking, um, or consultants that manage their customer projects. So it really has a wide array of use cases and from different industries.
Very nice. And as far as like the point in the market that we're at right now, as far as trends that you're seeing in your segment of the industry, what is there a trend or two that you see taking place that you think is going to shape the next few years in terms of big level insights?
Yeah, AI is definitely gonna be there. It just got into the picture in 2023, and it will continue uh, making its dominance. But also, we're gonna see more of augmented reality, virtual reality that gets integrated into collaboration softwares, so that it promotes hybrid and remote working. And so we're going to see more of that. And so that trend is going to start also very soon.
Very exciting. No, I think AI is absolutely taking hold. I think a lot of companies are trying to understand, AI in general, and the implications, and the pros and cons, and how it's going to affect their future. So I think it's a very exciting topic, and you laid a perfect foundation for me to mention. We have our AI webinar series starting the end of this month, and that is something people can sign up for at softwareoasis.com/webinars. And I appreciate your taking the time to join us on the podcast today, Semih. Coming up on our next episode, we will have Mark Garwith, who's the head of business development at Pictory AI, which is a startup that creates short social videos for long form content like webinars and podcasts and the like. And Mark will talk about Pictory's technology for repurposing content to increase reach and engagement across all kinds of different platforms. We'll be able to highlight and explore video customization features and using highlight reels for social media growth. So that's coming up on the next episode of Software Spotlight. And we really appreciate your taking the time out to join us today. In the show notes, we're going to leave a link for anyone that would like to get up and running with a free trial of Peerbie. And hopefully we've been able to give a nice overview of what the solution can do. But like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and obviously a hands-on trial of a solution is the ultimate. So we'll make sure that's available for everyone. And thank you for joining us on the podcast today.
Thanks for having me, Michael. It was great to connect with you, and we really have a great product. We just want the entire world to know it, and you're helping us to do that. And we love being productive. And uh, Happy New Year's, uh, Happy New Year's. Yeah, I
Yeah,
wish the best.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for being on the episode. So.